Have you ever woken up in the middle of the night with your heart pounding for no clear reason? Most people blame stress or aging, but cardiologists know this can be one of the earliest warning signs that your blood pressure is staying dangerously high while you sleep. The biggest mistake my patients make is only checking their numbers during the day. They see a decent daytime reading and think they are perfectly safe. But the absolute highest risk for a stroke or heart attack comes from what we call the 3 a.m. danger zone. This is when your blood pressure is supposed to drop and give your heart a much-needed rest. If it stays high while you sleep, your heart is running a marathon every single night. I am Dr. Jason Collins. I am a board-certified interventional cardiologist, and today I am going to show you the best vegetable to eat at dinner to lower blood pressure naturally. It works by forcing your pressure to drop safely overnight. But you need to stick with me until the final minute of this video, because I am also going to reveal a very common bedtime bathroom routine that completely destroys this vegetable's healing power. In fact, this simple mistake actually forces your blood pressure to go up. Think about your car engine running on the highway all day long. When you finally park in your garage for the night, you turn the engine off so it can cool down. Your cardiovascular system requires that exact same shutdown phase. Doctors call this natural process nocturnal dipping. When you fall asleep, your blood pressure should drop significantly. But many people experience something called reverse dipping. Instead of cooling down, the pressure actually stays high or even spikes while they are sleeping. This sustained high pressure means your heart and brain never get the rest they require. Medical studies clearly show that this specific nighttime pattern dramatically increases your risk for a stroke. The pressure your body carries while you sleep matters far more than the number you see in a clinic. Before we talk about how to fix this, I'd love to know where you are watching from and how long you have been battling high blood pressure. If you are finally understanding why you wake up feeling exhausted, make sure to subscribe and hit the notification bell. You can also type the word helpful in the comments right now so I know this information is reaching the right people. Now we need to look at what happens in the hours right before you go to sleep. Your body operates on a very specific biological delay. The chemical reactions that protect your heart at 3 in the morning actually begin when you sit down to eat your evening meal. What you put on your plate at dinner directly controls whether your heart gets to rest or runs a marathon all night. There is one specific meal plan that changes everything about those nighttime numbers. Let me show you exactly how powerful it really is for your body right now. When patients sit in my office, they usually expect me to hand them a prescription pad right away. But the absolute best medical advice does not always come in a plastic bottle. The American Heart Association recently released their updated health guidelines for the year 2025. They made it incredibly clear that changing your evening meal is not just a simple backup plan. It is actually the very first medical treatment step you must take to regain control. They strongly recommend a specific eating pattern called the DASH diet to protect your heart. The clinical results of this specific diet plan are absolutely staggering for your health. Medical trials prove that following a strict evening routine built on these exact guidelines can drop your top blood pressure number by 11.4 points. To put that massive drop into a real perspective for you, lowering your pressure by over 11 points is practically identical to the results you get from taking a standard daily blood pressure pill. This means the food sitting on your dinner plate holds the exact same chemical power as some common prescription medications. It physically changes your entire cardiovascular system from the inside out while you are sleeping comfortably. You might be wondering what makes this specific dinner routine so incredibly effective for your heart. The secret relies entirely on packing your evening plate with very specific minerals that force your tight arteries to relax and open wide. Many people assume they need to eat a massive variety of 20 different expensive vegetables every single night to see these massive medical results. That is simply not true at all. There is one specific leafy green that acts as the ultimate anchor for this entire nighttime healing protocol. This single vegetable attacks your high blood pressure from 3 completely different biological angles at the exact same time. It sets off a delayed reaction that peaks perfectly while you are in your deepest sleep cycle. Next, we are going to look at what this powerful vegetable is and exactly how it flushes sodium right out overnight. That single leafy green is spinach. You have probably seen it sitting quietly in your local grocery store 1,000 times. But do not let its ordinary appearance fool you for a single second. When you eat a serving of spinach for dinner, you are actually swallowing a highly targeted medical tool. It attacks high blood pressure using 3 completely different physical pathways simultaneously. We need to look closely at the very first biological pathway right now. Spinach is absolutely loaded with a vital mineral called potassium. Most people think potassium is just a basic daily vitamin you get from eating a sweet banana. But inside your complex cardiovascular system, potassium actually acts as an aggressive internal sodium flusher. Think about what happens inside your body when you eat too much salty food during the day. Your system holds on to extra water, which overfills your blood vessels and drives your blood pressure straight up. The rich potassium inside spinach actively searches for that trapped sodium floating around in your bloodstream. It physically grabs onto the excess salt and forces your kidneys to dump it completely out of your body. This nighttime sodium dumping is exactly what your body needs to trigger that healthy nocturnal blood pressure dip we discussed earlier. Eating this powerful vegetable at dinner gives your kidneys the exact chemical tools to fully filter out daytime damage. As that extra salt leaves your system, the dangerous water weight drops right along with it. This instantly lowers the physical volume of blood, violently pushing against the delicate inner walls of your arteries. But flushing out that extra volume is only the first step of this massive overnight healing process. Removing the extra fluid will not solve the entire medical problem on its own. If the physical walls of your blood vessels remain stiff and heavily constricted, your blood pressure is going to stay dangerously high. You need a reliable way to physically force those tight vessel walls to finally loosen up and relax. That brings us directly to the second powerful mechanism completely hidden inside this exact same vegetable. To fix those stiff and heavily constricted blood vessels, your body desperately needs a vital mineral called magnesium. Spinach is absolutely packed with this specific nutrient. When magnesium enters your bloodstream, it acts as a direct physical relaxer for the smooth muscle walls of your arteries. Instead of staying tightly squeezed together under high pressure, your blood vessels can finally become soft and flexible again. It actively helps heal the delicate inner lining of your blood vessels every night. The American Heart Association specifically highlights this exact mineral combination in their official clinical guidelines for blood pressure management. This creates a powerful internal teamwork that doctors call synergy. You have the potassium actively flushing out the heavy volume of salty fluid, while the magnesium simultaneously takes the physical tension right out of the vessel walls. Handling both the heavy fluid volume and the rigid wall tension at the exact same time is the ultimate secret to a truly healthy cardiovascular system. If this simple medical breakdown is giving you real hope for a much healthier future, please tap the like button right now. It helps me share this potentially life-saving information with other people who are quietly struggling. You might think having less fluid and relaxed walls is the complete medical solution. But those two minerals only prepare your body for the main event. They set the perfect stage for the most powerful compound hidden inside this vegetable. Without this crucial third piece of the puzzle, your arteries will never open to their absolute maximum capacity. This final compound is not just a gentle muscle relaxer. It is a powerful chemical messenger that actively commands your arteries to physically open wide, and the specific timing of when you eat it completely determines if it will actually work for you. That vital third piece of the puzzle is a massive dose of natural nitrates. Spinach is absolutely loaded with these specific compounds. When you chew and swallow this leafy green, your body begins a fascinating chemical transformation. It actively converts those raw natural nitrates into a highly powerful messenger called nitric oxide. This specific molecule acts as a direct command to your entire cardiovascular system. It physically forces your tight arteries to widen and open up completely. This vital reaction allows rich, oxygenated blood to flow easily with almost zero physical resistance. The medical results of this chemical conversion are incredibly impressive for your heart. A major clinical trial involving high nitrate spinach showed a significant drop in blood pressure in just 7 short days. Researchers reliably recorded a central systolic pressure drop of 3.39 points and a brachial drop of 3.48 points. This proves that eating a proper serving size creates a highly measurable and immediate medical improvement. But to get these exact nocturnal results, you must time your evening meal perfectly. The natural conversion into nitric oxide does not happen instantly. It operates on a very specific and deliberate biological delay. The internal chemical pathway remains active for several hours after you finish eating your meal. This is exactly why you must eat your spinach between 2 to 4 hours before you actually go to sleep. Eating your dinner within this exact time frame perfectly aligns the healing chemical reaction with your natural sleep cycle. Right as you fall asleep, the nitric oxide floods your system and forces your blood pressure to safely dip. You now have the exact biological formula to protect your heart every single night. You know the specific food and you know the exact time to eat it. But right before getting into bed, millions of people walk directly into their bathroom and make one massive mistake. This extremely common evening habit completely destroys the entire nitric oxide process. It instantly kills the healing benefit and actually drives your blood pressure straight back up. That terrible bathroom habit is using a harsh antibacterial mouthwash right before getting into bed. Most people think their digestion starts deep down in their stomach, but the healing blood pressure pathway actually begins right inside your mouth. Your mouth contains a very specific type of good bacteria. These healthy microscopic helpers are entirely responsible for taking the natural nitrates from your spinach and starting the vital chemical conversion process. When you gargle with a strong antiseptic mouthwash, you instantly kill off all of those highly beneficial bacteria. A highly detailed clinical trial involving treated hypertensive adults proved exactly how dangerous this actually is for your body. The researchers found that using antibacterial mouthwash for just 3 days completely stopped the necessary nitrate conversion. This simple bathroom mistake actively raised their systolic blood pressure by 2.3 points. You are literally washing away the entire medical benefit of your healthy evening dinner. But avoiding mouthwash is only half of the required daily preparation battle. You also have to avoid a massive cooking blunder that happens right inside your own kitchen. Millions of well-meaning people take their fresh spinach and heavily boil it in a large pot of boiling water. After the leaves wilt down, they drain the green water right into the sink and throw it entirely away. This is the absolute worst way to prepare your food for your overall cardiovascular health. Both the potassium and the magnesium hidden inside this leafy green are entirely water-soluble. When you aggressively boil the vegetable, those vital minerals immediately leave the plant and leach directly into the hot cooking water. By pouring that hot water down your kitchen drain, you are violently throwing away the exact sodium flushers and vessel relaxers your body desperately needs. You are left eating a pile of completely empty green leaves that offer zero medical protection. To properly protect your delicate heart, you must firmly rely on much gentler food cooking methods every single night. Techniques like quick steaming or light pan sautéing are absolutely required to fully preserve the heavy mineral load. You can also simply eat the fresh leaves completely raw in a healthy evening salad. Now that you know exactly what mistakes to avoid, you need to know exactly what to eat tonight. Let me give you 3 highly specific dinner recipes that perfectly combine this vegetable for maximum nighttime healing. Here is the exact way to build your heart healing plate tonight. First, try a simple spinach and ground turkey skillet. Use lean turkey to keep unhealthy fats completely out of your system. Right before eating, squeeze fresh lemon juice over the entire pan. The powerful vitamin C inside the lemon naturally forces your digestive system to absorb the rich iron hidden deeply inside those green leaves. Second, build a healthy salmon and brown rice bowl. The The fresh salmon gives your body highly protective omega-3 fats. Whole grain brown rice adds vital dietary fiber. Simply toss a large handful of completely raw spinach right on top. This delicious combination perfectly matches the official American Heart Association medical guidelines for lowering pressure safely. Third, prepare a quick bean and tomato whole grain pasta. Add fresh spinach leaves into the warm pasta right at the very end so they barely even wilt. The beans add another massive layer of potassium to your dinner. The tomatoes provide healthy acidity to balance your entire cardiovascular system. Eating a single bowl of spinach is never a magical cure on its own. It works best when you make it part of this specific daily eating pattern. These ingredients are affordable, widely accessible, and clinically proven to support long-term artery health. Please share this video with someone who is quietly worrying about their heart right now. I simply want this hidden medical truth to finally reach the people who desperately need to hear it tonight. Now you know exactly how to fix your dinner plate to lower your numbers safely, but all of this evening's hard work becomes completely useless if you wake up and make one massive morning mistake. There is a very popular morning food that is secretly driving your blood pressure straight through the roof every single day after age 60. You absolutely must remove it from your kitchen before you eat tomorrow. Tap the video on your screen right now before your next breakfast. That one morning food could be silently keeping your blood pressure high every single day.